Oh, okay. Good morning, everyone. This is Michael Venezia, head trader, and one of the coaches at TradeView Markets. We're going to sign into TradeGATEHub as we speak. Listen, there's 9 trading days left into the year, and you know what? This is cliche time. This is cliche time. I'm not going to. There's no real trades. I think unless you're gambling, that's going to make a difference or should make a difference in your year. So, where's my login thing? Here it is. Sorry. So it gets down to know your positions, know yourself, know your style. That things are going to thin out. Everything that would probably try to bail you out, if I can be dramatic and use that term, has happened with the Fed, the CPI, and witching, which happened. It was quad witching, which happened on Friday, which is why a lot of the volumes even skewed. So, it's really down to stock picking and positioning. I'm going to be here every day. I'm going to be here until the freaking ball drops. So you know what I mean. New Year's. So it's just going back to at this time of year. Like I had an interview with Coach, or our last interview, which was Thursday. I said, I'm already in January, and you know what? I should, as my greatest acumen is taking it day by day, being as an active trader. I've just tried to work it myself at this point. So, being at Monday morning, let me sure I'm in the right room here, or right page. Being at Monday morning, let's get just like yourself. I'm going to go over to the red YouTube button. Arguably our best amenity besides TradeGATEHub being free is our trading DNA. It's our video DNA. It's the way I speak. Maybe I use words. Who knows? It's whatever we compile or to give you over the past. Now we're going on. I mean, we hit what 2,100 views. We started the year sub 1,000, I believe. So get to know us by here. Do your homework as well. If you want to go to a doctor, you just don't, you don't drive into it. Well, maybe you do. I understand that there's tough times have been, as of recent, looking at Amazon, still going a little bad by, is that, you don't just stop in anywhere to a doctor. Do your due diligence, do your research, know if this is for you. It should be for you, because between Tim Coach and I, we have over 100 years of a high level experience that are not necessarily telling you to trade our style. It's just we trade our style best. But we certainly give you privy to all the financial instruments at a very high level, very high opinions. And if you do, go back to TradeGATEHub, look at the bevy of guests we have. Helene, we have David Hunter. I mean, we're getting, this is it. Like I said, the whole premise of TradeGATEHub is quality over quantity. You know what I mean? There's a lot of different instruments. There's a lot of things to do. We condense it in order for you to be able to take money out of the market on a daily basis. That's it. All right, next, as we say, let me get out of here. Monday morning being our most amount of data. If you missed that, I started posting last evening, and this is where I wanted to post Sunday evening so we can have it develop a little bit of a plan. Man, they're killing things. Okay, yes. Develop a little bit of a plan. All right, so as I said last evening, I'll heat up again. It's Monday. Not that that's an excuse, but as I go along the telecast, the webcast. Okay, so this was good evening on Sunday night. All data of mine posted in the stock indices room. Awesome week at Homework, Gerard, Insiders, and Hedge Funds. Bravo. So then you go to the stocks and indices room, and you go to my evening sign on, and then you start the Monday routine. And the Monday routine is, as I say, it's the most, because I want it to be dynamic and roll throughout the week. Okay. Always we start with Lean's charts. Chart on the Dow. I mean, that's these charts coming into the end of the year, just like I'm sure I forgot what I even posted to a degree. I'll show you. Actually, I didn't. You'll see a chart of the DXY. A lot of these charts are on the precipice of going one way or the other. The one that isn't is the VIX. Is still very confusing. It's a confusing entity. XLI, there you go. On the industrials, XBI, it has been dead for months. If you bought it on the channel today, that's a thick pencil. You know what I mean? We'll go over that in a second. It's not really for me. I don't want to buy the index as a whole because I'd rather trade individual stocks. I'm not really an index guy. God, if it comes down to the point, pardon me, where I do have to hedge, then I'll use indexes. I don't really like using or index. I don't or uh or stock indexes. I don't really like using major indexes. I like using the XBI, sector indexes, if you will. Okay, there's the chart on the, as I said, I knew it was coming. And Helene said this, the DXY. See my pinned tweet, and her pinned tweet is price Trump sentiment. So there's this the chart on the dollar, and to no surprise, it correlates with the with the Dow. It's no surprise at all. I'll even jump ahead, which I don't like doing, but this is our macro view on the comp and the S&P right here. And you know what? It's the same thing. You know what I mean? The channels, just trade throughout the channels, and if they're out of the channels, then don't try to be a hero, because you know what? With the VIX this low, it still is low in my opinion. What is it? 21? Where's the VIX right now? VIX is 22. All right, so you know what I mean? That's low in my opinion for things. If the VIX is low, and I'll start jumping ahead, but that's okay though. We're getting for the VIX to be so low. I don't think there's the Amazon chart. I nibbled on it this morning. That's the daily. There's Amazon. You know what? I bought it nicely on Amazon. Let's get into trading. Forget the routine. It's the end of the year. You got to make some money, but put some money on the books. All right, Amazon. All right, so I'm watching. This morning, blue is for buy, obviously, right? Not red is for sell. So I'm buying Amazon. First buy today is 86.95, 87.03. Then I see it's going up, and obviously it's down on the day still because that's the open. So I added at 87.28. Then it's 87.45, whatever my average price is. I'm saying, you know what? There's the gap right there for today's open. It's not really acting that well. I don't want to be really bottom fishing these type of things into the end of the year. I'll be here New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, whatever days we're open. But I don't want to be here watching these type of trades, hoping. I mean, listen, I don't think I'm going to get murdered buying Amazon here at the whole number at 85, although I did buy at 86 and change. I just don't. I just think there are better trades, and my time is more valuable than that. Not to say, meaning, I'd rather work on myself than try to work on this stock turning around. I don't know if I articulated that well, but next, as we say again. All right, so Amazon, same thing with what? Here's Apple. Coach nailed it. Hold on. Coach has been bearish on this thing. I even posted in the room. He hasn't really been. There's Apple Dapple. Coach and Netflix. Apple should be right here. Now I'm kicking in. Credit default swaps, no interest. Fear and greed, no interest. Jake Apple. Or just watch any Coach's video the past month. There's Apple. You don't have to split the atom, as we say. It broke that channel, even the thick pencil channel, if you're looking at Helene's chart. So you know what? Just the same as Amazon. I got my eye on it. If the tax law is selling, it accelerates, and you know what I mean? I should put some away, but I could have put some away at 155. You know what I mean? And now I'm sitting at 131 trying to explain why I'm down, 10, 15% on Apple in a month. And the same thing with Tesla. Tesla, what did that fall? 50% in a month? Was it? I think the stats, all these stats. I love stats. 3 months. 310 to 147. I am long Tesla. I think I bought 400 before I came on the air. I did. I was up in it before I came on. All right. So my first purchase at Tesla. Here we are. First time I've tried it. All right. I did it. It's a little after 10:15. I thought the margin calls would be wiped out, thinking I'm not married to the position. First buy 148.60. Second buy 148.20. My average is 148.47. My first buy of this thing actually freaking cratering. I don't think that's bad. Do it has more to go. Could it go to 145 expiration? Yes. Or the strike price. I like strike prices with the heavy option stocks. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna double down on. I'm not gonna say, all right, enough is enough. Enough is enough, or it's too cheap here. Is not the way I want to enter something like an Amazon and Apple, because they go lower. Something else, just like some of these things going on. What happened here? Tesla down, ACLX. All right, don't worry. All right, next, let's heat up here. Good. Okay, finishing the routine. Okay, Colleen's charts. Go through them. I mean, those are cocktail. You're over the holiday weekend, which I would agree with our boss here. I'm over it. You know what I mean? This is cocktail conversation. You don't have to really say to him, Aunt Mary, I don't like the fact that ENPH actually broke its 8-day on the short term. She's going to look at you like you're nuts. But certainly, you could say, she's probably in bonds because she's older. But you can say, hey, Mary, the yield in the 30-year seems like a big level here. What do you think? She might laugh, but she's not going to think you're nuts. All right, SPX long term. All right, so we got a little while ago. NAS. I mean, if it breaks there, what are you going to do? All right, this is important too. No matter what time of year, no matter what it is, here's Jim Cramer's plan for the week. Listen to it. It's how many minutes? All second. Listen to it. Watch now. How many minutes? It's like 6 minutes. It's a good plan for trading. Believe me, it's a macro view. And even if he's wrong, it's just as coach and I, and we're wrong a lot. It's a high level opinion to go off of. I mean, if you want to correct a golf swing, you don't want to correct the guy that swings like a hockey stick. You want to correct it from a guy who swings like Tiger. You know what I mean? Seriously. Great point. The words for stock picking. Go over it, please. Earnings this week. What do we have? Anything left? Sexy. Nike, we sold in the fund, as coach will note last week. It went up above the 200-day, I believe, and then it came down below. I think it was 122 to 118. Was it 122 to 118? It was beautiful, Mike. 116 to 104. I thought it was one. Anyway, went above the 200-day, and then I'm like, all right, you know what I mean? Now it broke above the 200-day. I sold it all. You know what I mean? I thought it was heavy with China. So then it's like the day after it pops, but now it's down to a point where, first of all, it has earnings it brought me up on this situation. Now it's on the precipice of the intermediate term, one way or the other being the 50-day. I'm certainly not going to trade into it. Other stocks are not acting poor, not that badly, but Nike's a conglomerate, has more to do with China, and it's an intricate situation. You know what I mean? It's almost like Microsoft. It's just not a number. All right, more. What do we have that we're interested in? And believe me, I'll post them. Nike, FedEx, General Mills, macro situation. General Mills, Ripper. General Mills, just like Campbell Soup. And I was saying to the video, the closing year video, if you will, what am I going to do? I get it that General Mills and is showing inflationary signs, and the same with stocks, little Kellogg's a little bit. What else is it? General Mills and Campbell Soup, which led me to this topic. What am I going to do? Am I going to start here? You know what I mean? If I start buying Campbell Soup here, I'll be monitoring my top tick of Campbell Soup more than me trying to pick the bottom on Tesla and any of the advanced traders. You know what I mean? Plus, it's coming to that double topper. But it's also, besides trading Campbell Soup, which we missed it, and I did miss it, it's macro now. You know what I mean? It's more than just reporting if the cream of mushroom is flying off the shelves. It's going to be a bigger thing. New share. Right here. Boom. General Mills. Oh, I didn't even know Micron was reporting. CCL Micron. All right. That's important. CarMax, no interest. Boy, the CarMax. I'll point to all these later in the week. Not interested. Not interested. SCS Steel Case, Apogee Camp. Not interested. Anything on the bottom. Steel, Blim, Job, nothing. So it's really Nike, FedEx, General Mills, Carnival Cruise, Micron, Fuel Cell. Not interested in it. CarMax, TTC, Toro. They make what? Tractors. BlackBerry, it's over. That's it. So this top line here, Sands, Fuel Cell, is I'm interested in. So we'll come up with a plan. Maybe we'll try to make it, as Kramer used to say, a schnitzel or two. Larry, we agree with you. GLD has held up well. Once again, go over these again. Investor, I post the IBD stocks. My mentor, first thing he did before he turned on the screen, he read IBD. Get a lot of stocks in this IBD. A lot of funds go in this. That's why I posted. Bitcoin fear and greed. I did buy some coin. You know why I bought some coin this morning? A little. I'll be out of it. It's not working. Trust me. I saw this MSTR started, didn't make a new low, and then that's MSTR. It's Microsoft. I'm like, MSTR is not that powerful. MSTR. There's the 1 minute chart. Of course, I top ticked it. So I saw that go turn around positive. Coin. You'll see my buys. Hopefully that's lower, higher. All right, my coin buys. First one I bought. I thought it was going to flag. My first buy, 35.30. Second buy, 35.50, 34.80. I don't even know how many shares I have, but believe me, it's not enough to where I'm even upset that it's there. Trust me. Same thing as every other trade. Who am I to be hypocritical? If I'm not going to try Apple, if I'm not going to try Amazon or those guys, you know what I mean? Maybe it goes above a 35. The same reason I bought it. I'm married to it. It goes up a little bit. You know what? I'm probably going to sell it. I'm going to make this miraculous comeback. My price of 35 and change is not going to matter. Next, fear and greed. Crypto. By the way, this was extreme. This was in the middle of greed and extreme greed last week. A fact I didn't even know of. It slipped by me. UNH, largest Dow component now. If they know it. Tesla, worse it's performed. Noted. Global inflation rates. Where are we moving to? China? Nope. Brazil? No. We're definitely not moving to Venezuela. Argentina? I don't know, man. The inflation's really going to kick in now after that victory. All right. A point, because I have some time here. After 26 years, going on 27, if all possible, I've exponentially learned more about myself in this bear market than countless years combined. Also, I had the trade markets demo, which made me really get more advanced. All right. Since 1950, the only years with 1% declines, 1% declines. That's amazing, including this year. So 3 others. It's not really good for a swing trader. Well, it is if you shorten it, but that's just amazing. It really is amazing. Forget about the bond market, though. All right, CDS, there was the line that was drawn by the person I get it from. You know what I mean? It didn't become, it's not an issue still as opposed to what was up here. But if it breaks this, just like any other chart, if it breaks there, we got to keep our eye on it now. That's what we got to keep our eye on it. Coin ripping. I'm only kidding. All right. Friday's Goldman desk activity. If this seems to be difficult reading, it may be, but the more you read it, it won't be. So you don't have to wait every day to go through the Goldman desk activity. You should read it now and also go press the YouTube channel because I post it almost every day and get used to that. And by the way, what the smart thing to do, and I don't mean to belittle or whatever, was go through the videos. Go through desk activity. Says Mike V says the desk activity that day. Go through the next day's video and see how what matriculated, how everything went out. You see what the calls happened. See my verbiage. You know what I mean? Goldman Value Desk. All right. Friday was one of the largest expiration days in history. 2.6 trillion of index options expiring. Trust me, I tried to get every one of it. Sector sentiment. All right. So what do we like coming in today? Don't, blow it up. Blow it up. I put on my other screen. It's basically fins and oil. Oil's XLPY, right? Hedge fund exposure. And you know what? I reposted that because that's what Gerard posted. All right. I didn't like this about money managers being in gold. Didn't like it. This is the line on the Qs. You want to put a weekly, long-term, whatever type of duration you want. There it is. Coming back now to the flag as we're breaking lower, I believe. We are breaking lower. That's typical, but that's okay. We're prepared. We're always prepared. First thing we do is have a plan. Netflix went from the penthouse to the poorhouse. I'm up in it, but it was something that I was getting excited about. SPY, 6% this month. How you doing? All right, and for those, this is it, and this is my opening statement. If you don't care about all this rhetoric, and you don't have to, you know what? It's actually a simpler life, if you will. I just like to know the reason why things happen. You know what I mean? If there's a thunderstorm, if there's a dramatic weather forecast, I'm just gonna be like, all right, Frank, there's 8 feet of snow here. Start shoveling. I want to know what happened. All right, but if you don't care, this is the winners and the losers. Cosm, Tell. What do they have? They have huge volume relative to themselves. They have huge ranges and percent change. Take money out of them. Same with the downside. Tesla, same thing again. This is no surprise of these stocks. That what they are is an affirmation of stocks that you should be having a range, volume, a good price action. Take money out of the day. If they don't work, cross them all the list. Have a good night. All right, this is what we went to today. Started this morning. NDGGL, the macro view. 9 tradings left. So volume this week for the holidays should drop off and fall further next year and fall the next week into the year. But that doesn't mean we don't post economic data or upgrades or downgrades, or this means potential short-term upside. I could see why Lewis said it. I wouldn't argue the point, Lewis. I see why you said it. Good morning, Coach. I missed you. You know what I mean? Not to be drunk. You know what I mean? All right, everybody's signing on here. Cosm, 1 to 424 is amazing. It is amazing. You know what? I came in long it this morning. and I made like $3 in it. Next time I looked, it was up another 10. I didn't care though. All right, Mike Wilson was on at Bloomberg. Hold on a second, please, Gerard. Thank you for posting. I think I posted that as well, Mike. Mike Wilson was on Bloomberg because I know my traders in our traders in here, my traders. I know our guys, and I know what they like. I think I posted that as well, G Money. That Mike Wilson was on at 8:30. But thank you for reminding us if I didn't. I swear I posted it because I know that you wanted to hear him. But I didn't. But good point, G. And that's where the room helps at each other. You know what I mean? I like to hear that, man. Thanks, G. All right, getting up here. My universe this morning. Goldman volume. All right, Mike Wilson. Well, there, right at G Money. What Mike Wilson was on Bloomberg at 9:30. That was for you. I just didn't post for you, G. All right, gapping up and gapping down. We give you movers right before the market opens. The dip and the ripper was the opposite. I on alt. I sold it. Great trade on alt. That was wrong. Put my ego aside. Let's go to alt. I hope it's 2. I sold the last of it at 988. 988. Alt. I liked it, and it alt went down because that MDGL news. So I started buying alt here. 1027 started loading into it 1008. Broke the 10 figure at 980. Why am I buying not alt at those prices? Very simple. Alt at that point was right at the 21 day, which isn't the best technical reason to buy a stock, but I knew it would be active. I knew it had range, and I knew it had news. So better trades. I got out of it. I took a good loss. I moved on, and I didn't let this thing be a New Year watching this thing until Christmas Eve and stuff. So I started buying it here. And I said, all right, my first purchase was 1032. My last purchase was 975. I sold a bunch of it right here at 1020. All right, so I broke even on a decent part of the trade. Started buying more now, buying more of the blue. Didn't work, sold it. Red, boom. All right. So finally, I think I had like 4,000 left. And I said, that's it. Forget about it. I won out 961. It wound up going to 913, 961 and 5,000 shares to 913. Now it's back to where I bought it. Next, it's over because it broke the moving averages. It does have price range and action. I guess with Coach would agree that we were in the right church, wrong pew. Next, bought Amazon 87.13. I think I posted that trade on the beginning here. Yes, I did. Buy green at 953. And it worked. Look at you. Well, compare 953 to the screen now. What do they do? The screenshots. 20-day support. It's a good setup. MDGL. Good morning, Coach. VIX down and NASDAQ down. It's odd. Joba. Look at Joba's bullish. Good to, you know what? Joba's back. Good to have you, Joba. Even though I happen to agree with his opinion. No, Joe. I don't disagree with his opinions at all. He's just Joe is a macro guy, man. He's a macro guy. Good to have you. 3,900, I guess so. But what you have to think of what the catalyst is going to get there. I know we came in way. Hold on a second. Let me give you. This is what I'm going to do now. Let me show you part of my screens and where I come up with this. Because anybody that's in here now, I appreciate that at this time of year and everything. The hardcore guys. And trust me, when we get together, everything's on me. Dinners, cocktails. And that's about as far as I go. Because I'm married with children. Hold on. Okay. This is where we were coming into today. With the short-term sentiment. Coming into today. There's crude getting to the buy signal. Coach would like to hear that. Hold on. The dollar's ripping. This is a problem. That goes with credit default swaps. But let me give you where we were today. Fear and greed, anti-VIX doing nothing. We're in the middle. Fear and greed, neutral. Let me finish this point, please, because it's relevant. Obviously, it's relevant. I wouldn't keep doing this. So time is important here. Mine. It's coming. 3, 2, 1. Okay, this is where we were coming in today with sentiment. Buy signals, shorter term, more tactical. It's only a matter if the crude or the fins are going to bounce or they short squeeze a couple of the other ones. All right, so I just came on when I just went through this. Here's a Goldman update. China, streets deserted in China. Rates, Tesla buying, rallying as Twitter users vote. Buybacks. Today is one of buyback blackouts. No buybacks going to help us. CTAs, nothing. Fund flows, positive last week. And it was even better going to, like Lewis said, that flush on Friday was actually positive. It was a good point. Lewis was right. It was a good point. Nothing really here so far. It's advanced reading. It's my job to just like a, to explain it to you, if you will. Nothing really major so far, because this type of year with the volume thinning down, and you just want to go where the wise guys go. You don't want to be split. That's why I get out of some of the stocks that weren't acting that well. So 10 minutes, here we are. Much cleaner look to the order flow. Good, especially last week. Fairly one-sided, put sweepers more aggressive, not much call flow out there. SMCI. It's a hot stock, by the way. It's SMC. I'm not surprised. Western Dig, some volume with MU. Gerard, maybe you can keep an eye on that. I'm serious. Western Dig, what are they buying? Write this down. I'm going to write this down. So they're buying everything. And they're buying they're buying all what they're buying. How many calls? I'll go over this later with the volume. You know what? Actually, it's not bad volume for a call that's what? All right, that's not bad. I don't know if it can't be a hedge. The stock's parabolic on the downside. How can it be a hedge? AMC, you know what they try? AMC, there's always a low floater. They're probably trying to do something on one of those low volume days. Not much there in MCCI, CCL, Goldman traders and the banks traded. That's for update. What else? Let me go to some other things. Any other question, guys? SPX 3900. What do we have here? Another follower. Coach has already given me the like. Coach doesn't even have to wait till I say trade well. He's already liking it. Thanks, Coach. Touche. All right, but you know what we could do? I don't even have to look what's going on, because I can just go to our stock room. Because the whole goal of the whole goal is not to just have Coach and I just give you stock ideas. I'm not going to. It's this. It's signing into TradeView Markets in the morning, not having to do this, not having to do this, not having to do this. It's this. Sign into TradeGATEHub. We're going to log in the third time, meaning I have a couple windows open. I'm going to log in. This is basically what I do every way. It's just I wanted to get polished where I can trust it explicitly. It's this. Top news? Let me go with the top news on the day when I go to this morning. Here's stocks 2 minutes ago. Global headlines posted 6 minutes ago. Go post them. Crypto, Forex, beautiful. Market movers. What I want, market movers. All right. Here's all your movers in Forex, crypto. You can even go by high to low. Query it, if you will. I'll go to this one. What else do I want? This is what I go to. This is the only thing I'm going to want to care about. What's moving right now? So New York Stock Exchange stocks, New York stocks as at 11:35. Oh, that's 11:30. Top U.S. gainers. I want to see the biggest ones. I go VXDX. Oh, that looks good. Not bad, actually. PET, how's that looking? Because that's number 3. What am I in? Hopefully I'm in one of these things. ALGS, IPHA going. That's an interesting one, but I'm not going to trade the New Year's resolution. I'm not trading stocks under $4 now. Because why? I learned. I went through my numbers, which I very rarely do with meaning I'm very consistent. Just this year, I was outside of I was more volatile than I'd like to be, and I should expect myself to be. So 80%, the factual numbers are not over yet. 80% of my losses are on stocks under 4. You know what we do with that? None. Next, we're out. No more stocks like that. I started off at $6 or $7, but I'm not even joking. That's it. I can't wait till I'm even implementing the rule now. COSM on the downside to lose. GOST, Bivy, all the high flyers from last week. So even if I don't want to know about high flyers, I like to go top active by U.S. You know what? New York Stock Exchange stocks. Let's go by top volume. Actually, let's go by percentage. We'll stick in a second here. I clicked very low, but we'll go to the next one. Yeah, it froze up because I had too many windows open. I apologize. You get the pictures, guys. Stocks, Forex page. This is the FX page. You want to see what's going on? There's the heat map and whatever chart you want. That's why we want to make it. It's free, so it's free. And I don't think it's going to change. By the way, I'm not speaking out of turn, but we wanted everybody to be trading here on our TradeView Markets, TradeView Markets Real Time, TradeView Markets Demo, the various platforms we use. I'll leave it at this if I'm sharing correctly, because I'm not going to really share any stock ideas. I shared a lot of them this morning. Right after I get here, I'm going to watch Coach's 9:30 video, and then I'll go over some stock ideas. But if TradeGATEHub gives you this, just that one little tab gives you this whole universe of what I just showed you, think about feels worst case scenario. Catch you tomorrow, guys. Okay, I get it. I'm getting the gong because I'm going too long. I go too long. Is check out all the other financial instruments. If that's what we give you on TradeGATEHub, poke around with futures, poke around with stocks. You know what I mean? It's just a phenomenal site, and Coach and I are here to try to explain every single bit of it. All right. So until then, it's not a short week. It's a light week as we approach almost noontime. Do some research. Stretch a little bit, come back afterwards.